Well, it looks like Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP is changing from a remake to a remaster, but what exactly does that mean? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And we had the first announcement of this last week from Yasuda, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, who's a game designer for Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP, and in this announcement he says, "We have changed the game design of RePOP from remake to remaster based on your requests." Well, I'm sure a lot of people wondered, well, what exactly does that mean? Well, since he made that announcement last week, Yasuda did an interview with Automation Media, which is a Japanese video gaming website. And here he did a sort of a Q&A on Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP, and we get a little more of an idea of what they plan to do with this game now. Now, if you're not familiar with this game, they do have a quick description here. Lollipop Chainsaw RePOP is a present-day reimagining of the horror action game Lollipop Chainsaw, released for the PS3 and Xbox 360 in 2012. Set in a high school on the west coast of the United States, the game follows protagonist Juliet, a descendant of zombie hunters, as she battles her zombie-turned classmates with the nimble movements of a cheerleader using a chainsaw as a weapon. And the first question that Yasuda is asked here in this interview is, what exactly do you mean that it's been changed from a remake to a remaster? And you can see his response here. "Though we haven't yet revealed the full details of RePOP's game design due to my vague use of the words remake and remaster, there have been a lot of rumors and speculation arising, causing some confusion among fans. For this, I would like to apologize and would also like to withdraw my previous statement in which I used the words remake and remaster to describe the game's contents. Now, regarding the scenario and script of RePOP, we have decided to use the original Lollipop Chainsaw scenario and script without any changes. Up until now, we have been open-mindedly discussing the scenarios, but we will not be making any additions or changes to it after all. The original scenario's acclaim and the request of fans were both reasons that we went into this direction. On the other hand, we will be making improvements and adding new elements with the purpose of increasing the game's appeal." So basically, it sounded like they were looking at doing something along the lines of, say, a Final Fantasy VII remaster, where they basically take the core elements of the game and develop something new. But as they got into it, it seemed to be better just to do something along the lines of, say, Metroid Prime Remaster, where you basically have that same game, but some quality of life enhancements, as well as improved graphics, and it sounds like maybe some additional content as well. So you may be wondering, what type of quality of life enhancements would they make, and are they going to ruin the gameplay? Well, he does address that here. Battle is an element we're quite focused on. We would like to revamp the battles into something that the console action game players of today will enjoy, such as doing away with any sluggishness in the chainsaw battles with speed adjustments, improving the input timing for cheerleading and chainsaw combo attacks, as well as improving camera movement. As the chief director of the original Lollipop Chainsaw, I have a good understanding of the issues it had, and I intend to tackle them through the development of RePOP. Aside from improvements to battle, we will also be making improvements to things like resolution, frame rate, loading times, and more. And when asked about what kind of new elements they may be adding in, he had this to say: "We are carefully selecting new elements to raise the game's appeal, such as changeable extra functions for the chainsaw and a consecutive hit system independent of the combo attack system." And Yasuda did say that he would be bringing updates every week over on X, so you may want to check him out if you're wanting to keep up with the progress of RePOP. And the game was originally supposed to release sometime this year, but was delayed earlier this year for summer of 2024. And no word here as to whether or not the game's been delayed more or if we have any specific release date yet. And I'll definitely be keeping an eye on this. I had the game on the PS3, but I recently picked it up for the 360 as it's one of those games that's not backward compatible on the Xbox One or Xbox Series systems. However, when it came in, it was still factory sealed, so I just couldn't bring myself to open it up, so it's just sitting on my shelf now, still sealed. But let me know your thoughts about this. Is this a game that you played back on the PS3 or 360, and are you looking forward to the RePOP version of this? I know there were some concerns out there about this being a remake when it was first announced, that they might mess the story up, but now it sounds like they're sticking to the original script. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. It really does help the channel out quite a bit. I want to thank you for watching, and be good.